In this video, let me show you the if-then statement. I'm on the Oracle official documentation and they say the if-then statement is the most basic of all the control flow statements. I totally agree with these guys and let's jump into it. I did a new Java class, I called it if-then statement, and I declared a variable of type int and I called it test score. I put the value inside it 90. I declared a variable, another variable of type char, called it grade. As you noticed, I didn't initialize it. I'm writing the keyword if. I'm doing a set of parentheses, and inside it, I'm writing a condition. But basically, the if structure is like this: a set of parentheses and a set of curly braces. All right? In the set of parentheses, we will write the condition. If the condition returns the expression inside it return true, what's inside the curly braces will be executed. All right? If what's inside the if return false, we will never enter the curly braces. All right? So one more time. I'm writing an expression here which we will call in this case the condition. This expression will return a boolean, only true or false. So in this case, our condition says test score greater or equal to 90. Okay? So in this case, test score is indeed equal to 90. So this expression, this condition will return true. As it will return true, we will enter this set of curly braces. We will execute this block of code. Okay? If this part returns false, we will never execute this block of code. Okay? So what's inside this block of code is we are initializing the variable grade with a char because its type is char, and we are writing inside it a, and we are doing an output. Pretty simple. So let's run this. Sorry, I run the wrong one. You see, you got to be really to pay attention on which class you are doing your right click, okay? So make sure you're doing right click run on the correct class. So we are indeed having an output with a, so no problem. I have something to add. As this condition is returning, this expression is returning a boolean, we can in Java write directly a boolean, but in this case it's a bit tricky because our if will always be true, as you guessed it, okay? But it was just to make you understand this expression will return a boolean. Okay? So that was the if-then statement, and then we are going to see the if-then-else statement in this new Java class. I'm declaring a variable of type int, calling it test score. I'm writing inside it 76, sorry. I'm declaring another variable of type char, calling it grade, and I'm doing, again, an if with a set of parentheses. Inside it, I'm writing a condition, test score greater or equal 90, and if this returns true, we will execute what's inside this block of code. But do you really think it's going to happen in this case? So the answer, of course, is no, because test score is smaller than 90. So this will return false, and then we will not enter this set of curly braces. All right? This block of code will never be executed in this particular case. We will directly jump to the else, and this will be the expression that will be executed. Okay? So one more time, if what's inside the condition, if the condition returns true, we will do this, but we will never do that. Okay? In this case, that's not true. Test score is not greater or equal to 90. This expression returns false, so we will never enter this block of code. We will immediately jump to this block, and this block is making an output saying grade is lower than A. All right, so let's execute it. Let's run. And as you can see, this is indeed the else statement that was executed, and we got an output saying grade is lower than A. All right? Okay. Let's jump for a last example, more complex a bit, because we can play with this. We can do if test score greater or equal to 90. Let's do this if this condition is true. But if it's not true, so obviously if it's false, we will jump to the else, but after the else, it is okay to write again an if. So we are entering a new condition, and if this condition is true, we will execute this code, this expression. If this is false, we will jump to the else, etc. and so on, and until we will make an output with the grade, because as you noticed, the output isn't on an if, it will be executed anyway. Whatever happens, the system of println, the output will be executed. But it will show inside the console an output with a car depending on where the grade were initialized. In other words, the if and else if statement will initialize a variable grade that we will show inside the console. So to see that example, in this case, grade is C. Okay? Is it okay? Test score is 76. So here the condition will return false, so we will not execute this block of code block, sorry. We will jump to the else and the if. This condition will be false one more time again, because we have 76 inside test score. So this expression again will not be executed. We are jumping to an else, and in an if, test score greater or equal to 70, and in this case, this condition will return a true. So we will execute first this expression, we will enter this block and we will execute this, and this is initializing a variable grade. And to be sincere, it will rewrite, because here you could have already written inside it, so it will crush what's inside it and write again. Anyway, we will have grade initialized with C, and we will never go inside the elf, so never inside the if, so never inside this elf. So in a way, we will break our if statements and jump directly from here at the end of this curly braces to immediately the line 26. All right. So one more time. This is false, so we are not doing this. This is false. We are not doing this. This condition returns true. We are executing this syntax, this expression, this code. So we are initializing grade with C, and we are jumping directly to an output because we will never go inside the else. So if we never go inside this else, sorry, we will never continue the if statements. Okay? One more time. Good to see. I can change to show you what's going to happen on the two expressions. The first one didn't change. It's A, and the second one changed. It's A now. Okay? So if I'm writing 60, I'm expecting to have a D. That's what we're going to do. And there we go. And by the way, as I wrote here 60, this is false, and I'm jumping into the else of the first if statement, if then statement. So this first if statement, if then statement, leads us to the else, and on the second if then else statement, it initializes grade at D. All right, so make sure you're comfortable with the if then statement, play with it, and once you think you're okay with that, I'll catch you in the next lecture.